Okay, how you doing? John again, from Yin Yang Gemini. And I had a student a little while ago ask me kind of how to train. That's a very big kind of topic. But what I want to talk about is he kind of asked me a specific question about the routine that we were learning. And he was afraid that if he practiced the routine when he was at home, that he might be doing stuff wrong. And he didn't want to learn it incorrectly, which I thought was admirable, but at the same point in time, when you're just starting off, you're going to do it incorrectly. And he asked me, as we were talking about this too, is like, should I just do individual postures with that? And I'm like, yes, do both. I think do both. I think you need to practice the individual postures both ways and all this other stuff, so you never know what you're going to get. And it's good training for the brain to do things on both sides. But especially when you're starting out, you're going to get the routine wrong. It's not going to be correct. But you have to practice it or you're never going to get it down. You could be learning a routine for a year, but if you only ever practice the routine once or twice a week with your teacher and never at home, you're never going to learn it. I never really had that problem because I just sort of obsessively trained everything all the time. Anyway, if I was learning something new, I was playing it all the time. And even now, if I'm learning something new or anything like that, I'll play it a certain amount of times. I try and get it in every single day to get it solidified. And then because I want to learn the whole thing, because I hate only knowing a piece. So once I learn the whole thing, I'm going to get it down and I'm going to keep repeating it till it's in my head. I'm going to find the patterns in it that I like to find. It's almost like learning a phone number. Sometimes phone numbers, I can remember them because some in it just makes sense as a pattern. That might just be me. But they have it where, I want to learn the whole thing, and then that's how you're going to get good. That's how it's going to go into muscle memory. That's how it's going to learn it in terms of combinations as well, because any martial arts routine is somewhere, some grandmaster, some master down the line in the lineage of that art. Any routine you're going to learn is someone's shadowboxing routine. It's what they thought should be transmitted in what combination and what they liked. That's what it's going to be. Probably Yang Chen Fu really liked the idea of going from grass bird's tail into single whip, into wave hands and single whip again, because it shows up kind of a lot. Brush knee in Yang again shows up kind of a lot, so fairly important. But if you don't get used to it, it's never going to go. So my advice to him, and which I would also pass on as well, play it. Just play the routine. Do the best you can with it. And understand, you're going to have some tricks. So I talk about in Tai Chi, the hand and foot, elbow, knee, shoulders, hips, those all go together. If you have something going up, something has to come down. If you have something going forward, something has to come back. These are the little tricks and tips that you can use to help get you from one point to another if you forget something in between. There was a lot of times I would remember up to a point and then remember kind of after that point at some, but there's like this weird fuzzy middle ground in between there. And sometimes you just got to push through. And yeah, you're going to mess stuff up. An arm's going to be in the wrong place. You're not going to step out to the right angle. You're going to flip-flop postures or something like that. It's going to happen. It's part of learning. And yeah, you might learn it and you might not come in for a couple weeks because you got to go do something with the family out of town or someone's sick or anything like that. But you know what? You come back in and get it tweaked as you go. So if you're learning a routine, you're learning things, just practice. Keep practicing, practice the best you can. I can honestly say in about 17 years, there has not been one day that has gone by where I haven't gotten at least 15, 20 minutes worth of training in. At least that. Didn't matter how sick I was, didn't matter how sick somebody else was, didn't matter what was going on, if I was working 20 hours, if I was, working one job and then having to shower and go to my other job at some point in time, even if I miss, I go to sleep half an hour later than I should have because I'm sitting there, I was like, I got to get this in, I got to get it in. So keep practicing. Every single day practice. If you're learning a routine, just practice the routine the best that you can. That's all I can say. And then get it tweaked and be honest with it later on. and your teacher will be able to, he, she, it, or they, are paying attention, be able to kind of, nope, do this, kind of tweak it, tinker with it, however you need to do, but practice and practice the routine every day. Thanks, and I will talk to you later.